Graham Potter, when signed as Brighton manager in 2019, was relatively unproven. Before that, he was a manager at Östersund in Sweden for 7 seasons, and then had one mediocre season at Swansea City. It seemed like Brighton may have picked the wrong manager, but in 2019-2020, he kept them in the Premier League. The next year in 2020-2021, Brighton regressed slightly, finishing in 16th. However, they had major finishing issues, as their defense was very solid. It seemed that if Brighton could start finishing their chances, Potter would be able to lead this team to a top 10 finish. And right now, it is going that way. They have not been perfect in terms of goals so far this year, as they are tied for 9th in terms of total goals so far. However, their defense has improved from last season, as it seems impossible to score past them, ranking 3rd in the Premier League in total goals allowed. I will go over the tactics of Potter and show how Brighton right now are currently contending for a European qualification spot. Throughout this season, Potter has continually used a 3 center-back system with 2 wing-backs. They have mixed between a 3-5-2 and a 3-4-3 in most of their games, and have played with high intensity and great defensive structure. Their attack is heavily wing-focused. They'll focus their attack through both wing-backs and the midfield as they play lots of crosses into the box. They focus on making overloads on either wing by having their midfield, wing-back, and forwards combine confusing defenses. This is why Marc Cucurella was such an important signing for them, because of the dangerous crosses and interplay he has with his team. In the defensive side of the game, they play a very highly structured defensive approach, very similar to that of Tuchel and Chelsea. They have their forwards press high and try to force mistakes from the opposition, and the midfield will follow suit with the wingbacks. The 3 center-backs stay put and make sure to stay in their shape, so that when a team breaks the press, they are there to clean up the mess. When they get the ball from their press, they counter quickly, and sometimes when they counter down the wing, one of the 3 center-backs will typically dart into the box to try to put a head on one of the wing-back crosses. This is why they are so hard to break down and have only given up 5 league goals in the first 7 matches. One moment where this was shown this year is during the past Arsenal 0-0 match, when Emil Smith-Rowe received the ball in the left wing of Brighton's box. Brighton had every pass covered, and he had nowhere to go with the ball. He would go back and pass it back to Sambi Lakanga, who would pass it right to Thomas Partey. When this happened, Brighton pressed hard and jumped right on them. They caused a mistake as Partey tried to pass it back to his defense as Neal Maupay would jump on the pass, leading to a Brighton counter. Maupay would hold up play as he waited for some forward runs, and he would play a perfect through ball to Trossard, who ran down the right wing, as 4 Brighton players ran into the box. But Trossard's cross would not be good enough for someone to get a head on it. This shows their defensive solidity and pressing quality alongside with their quick counterattacks. In the 84th minute of the same game, they once again show their solid defensive shape and quick counterattacking motion. Partey tried to play a ball in between the lines, but Adam Lallana would intercept it. Solly March would notice how high Tierney was and Lakanga, who was covering for him, so he ran in the hole behind them. Trossard would also wander into this space and would receive the pass from Lallana and quickly direct it out to March. And now they had a numerical advantage as they had a 5v4. Now this attacking motion would lead to nothing for Brighton as March made the wrong decision in taking on the shot, and he would essentially pass it right to Ramsdale's palms. This is just another example of how they exploit the wing space of different opposition.